whole day today. Brave people that they are here. We welcome all of you, and we appreciate to be here in this important day of raising the Puerto Rican flag. And we're going to start the event, with the United States anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous height o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies red, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through.
Thank you. Now we are going to sing the national Puerto Rican anthem, La Borinqueña.
Donde nacido yo es un jardín florido, no siembra nítido, las invaderos las olas a sus pies cuando a sus playas llegó con exclamo lleno de admiración.
There is none like you, you're great, and your name is great might. Who would not fear you, O King of the nations, for this is your rightful due. From all the wise men of the nations and all their kingdoms, there is none like you. You are the true and living God and the everlasting King.
God and Father of all, we are gathered here today to celebrate and honor the great people and the culture of Puerto Rico with our brothers and sisters. We thank you for the innumerable contributions that Puerto Ricans have made to the United States and to the city of Yonkers, particularly those who have served as police, firefighters, members of the armed forces, and of all those who have given their lives for
Para ti
us.
no hay nada imposible y sabemos, Señor, que en el nombre poderoso de Jesús Puerto Rico se levanta. Bendecimos toda la familia, bendecimos a todos los niños, bendecimos a cada uno.
Of the Puerto Rican Cultural Foundation. We are gathering here to celebrate and honor the Puerto Rican heritage and culture. We will be raising the Puerto Rican flag, and we already have played for the people of Puerto Rico. The aftermath of the Hurricane Maria was devastating to the island of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico infrastructure collapsed and crumbled to the 1930s. The island of Puerto Rico is suffering a humanitarian crisis of extraordinary dimensions and magnitude. 75% of the population is still without electricity. Many towns are without running water. More than 500,000 houses were destroyed by the hurricane. The majority of the public school system remains closed. Most of the hospitals are still operating by diesel generators. There is a shortage of medications. Rivers are highly contaminated, and they are prone to an outbreak of epidemics. Unemployment has climbed to 45% of the population as we speak. People are leaving the island in high numbers, which that means that most of the people in productive ages, they are leaving to come and stay in the United States. So that will be a very negative effect in the long term to the Puerto Rico recovery.
Be here today to remember and to reaffirm our fight for the people of Puerto Rico. That is the obligation of every American to stand up right now and support Puerto Rico, our U.S. citizens who are there, and ensure that we do everything possible to rebuild Puerto Rico, to support it, and to be there for the long haul. I'm so glad you're celebrating today, and you have the commitment of myself, and I know my colleagues in the state legislature, to be there and to support the rebuilding of Puerto Rico and everything that it needs. We will do our best, and I want to commend the governor of New York, who has taken the lead in ensuring that New York puts its resources into the rebuilding of Puerto Rico. Viva Puerto Rico.
Thank you. Thank you. Sabatino.
Good evening, everybody. You know, it's so important that we don't let this fade into the distance, the needs that Puerto Rico has. You know, we all have a tendency, as an event happens, we just kind of forget about it. We have to keep this in the forefront. It's very important. We have people that are in desperate need. There are people that are still dying because they're not getting the health care that they need. So it's very important that we keep this in the forefront and we do everything possible to support our fellow citizens on the island of Puerto Rico. Viva Puerto Rico.
Thank you. Thank you. Lou Navarro representing the mayor of Yonkers.
Good evening, everybody. Everything that Jose says is true. The one thing he forgot to mention, that Puerto Rico also flies the American flag. And as a veteran, I make sure that any event that I go to, I remind them that Puerto Rican, the island of Puerto Rico per capita sent more veterans to their death. Okay, so please don't forget that. I'm here representing the mayor. He had a scheduling conflict, but please remember the people of Puerto Rico. Please remember, as I did, I started doing my own fundraisers by sending it to the churches of Puerto Rico. A check to a small church in Puerto Rico will go a long way. So, on behalf of the mayor, who's going to be announcing a major donation to Puerto Rico, I thank you and stay warm. Thank you.
¡Viva Puerto Rico! Orgullo puertorriqueño. Puerto Rico se levanta. Puerto Rico will rise again. Thank you very much for being here in this event.
Jose, we're here today for the raising of the Puerto Rican flag. Lots of people don't know what this is about. Can you tell us a little description?
Okay, basically what we're doing is on November 19, 1493, Christopher Columbus' second voyage to the Americas, Puerto Rico was what they call discovered by Christopher Columbus. So we are basically they said within the context of the conquer of the Americas, we are celebrating the heritage and the culture of the Puerto Ricans. That's why we are celebrating today. We are not celebrating the discovery because that's not what happens. What happened was, the Spaniards conquistadores, what they did was they committed atrocities and they committed genocide to the Taínos in Puerto Rico. So we are celebrating the legacy of our native native people of Puerto Rico, as well as the nation that was created afterward.
Okay, Jose, with all the things that have been going on in Puerto Rico today, the catastrophe, the natural disaster, How are things going now?
Well, I just came from Puerto Rico like a week ago, and things are too slow. The recovery has been very slow. The relief effort by the federal government as well as FEMA has been very inefficient, and there's a lack of food. There's still 75% of the population still without electricity. 60 to 65% of the population don't have running water still. The hospitals are still running by diesel generators, and people feel hopeless. People feel desperate about the situation. And besides that, there's a lot of cases of post-traumatic syndrome because of the hurricane. So there's a big humanitarian crisis in Puerto Rico as we speak.
But Puerto Rico will rise again.
Puerto Rico se levanta. Thank you very much.